how to write sales copy that converts. Now this is part 2 of a 2-part series, so if you haven't watched part 1, you'll want to go back to part 1, and I'm going to put the link in the description there. You don't have to do it right now, but afterwards I would suggest you go back there because it has a whole lot of steps that are going to help you out write this ad copy. Now if you're struggling to write ad copy, I get it, man, it's tough, and if you haven't had years of experience, then you really don't even know where to start. That's why these 2 videos in this series are going to walk you through each step, and you'll have a whole lot more insight, and you can write a whole lot better ad copy. Now if you don't have a plan, just follow these steps. I promise you'll do well. You just keep testing it and everything will work out. So let's get right on it, and we're going to learn how to write these sales pages, and we're starting right now. Now if you are new to my channel, it's the first time you've been here and you haven't signed up, what, you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you go down there and subscribe, and next to that subscribe button you got to ring this bell. You got to ring my bell. Yeah, you do. And you got to turn on all notifications. That way I can notify you every single time I do a new video. You're part of the family, the VIP Fisher family. You want to be that, you know you do. Also at the end I've got a gift for you, a free gift. Actually it's a $97 value, but you get it for free. It's an e-commerce course, and all you need to do is click on the link, and when you click on the link, it's free. There's no credit card, you don't need anything. You can click and learn and get this free e-commerce course, which is super cool. Don't forget, if you like what you hear, give me a thumbs up on this video. Now if you've got questions about these sales pages, you can also put them in the comments section. I'll be happy to answer you there, and we can converse back and forth, and we can talk about your sales pages. I've been doing this since 2009, and we've sold millions of dollars of both digital and physical products. Hey, I've learned some stuff along the way. That's why this channel's here. This channel here is for you, so you can start, run, and grow your online business. I share all those tactics with you on this channel. Now let's get back to this. Remember, this is a 2-part series, so if you haven't watched number 1, after you watch this, go down into the description and click on the number 1 video, because this is a 2-part series. Number 10, and I started at number 10 because we did 1 through 9 in the first video. Prove visitors can trust you. This is so very important. When polled, 90% of businesses said they will only do business with companies that they trust. Customers said that 78% of the customers who were buying would only buy from companies they trusted. So building this trust is like super important for you selling on your sales pages. So obviously those are 2 big reasons for building trust factors in selling on your sales page. So let's go through a quick list of things that you can do to build trust on your sales pages. When you give a claim on your sales page, make sure you back it up with where you got that data from. If it's a customer, that's great. If it's a statistic, where you got it quoted from, but backing up whatever that claim is very helpful in building trust. And of course, as I just mentioned, testimonials are great from previous customers. They're more apt to believe what a previous customer says than what you tell them. They don't know you, but if they see a real person in a video or a picture of the person and whatever their comment was, they're going to be more likely to believe that your company is trustworthy. Also include any other social media type of things you have. Maybe you have celebrities, maybe you have mentions on Facebook, maybe you have comments that people could see on your page where somebody was satisfied. I would highlight those and put those on your sales page too. And of course the ultimate trust is what? That I can get my money back if I'm not happy. So make sure you have a guarantee on your page, and that gives them that mental stability. They're like, okay, everything's cool, I know I can get my money back if I don't like this product, and back that up and do what you say. Now here's an example from Moz, and basically they're just showing some statistics of what people think of their company, and they actually post this on their page. Number 11, incorporate images and videos. Images and videos are a whole lot more memorable. If you think you've written a sales page and you don't have any visuals on there, you don't have any images, you don't have any videos, believe me, you've got more to do, because if you don't have those things on there, they don't even remember your stuff that well. But people tend to think in pictures and talk in words. So since that's the case, if you've got some visuals there, that's going to stick with them a whole lot more than if you have just a bunch of text. Some people, heck, don't even read the text. They just look at the visuals or watch the videos and make a decision based on that. But if you don't have them, they can't do that. Now here's an example of this ad here from Vistage, and it says get real results from a CEO peer group. Okay, so if that's what they're really looking for and they see this lady here and she's a good example of it, then of course they're going to go ahead and put their information in there and they're going to move forward with this particular product. Of course you can really kick this up a whole lot more if you had a video, because images are okay but videos really mean something. You know, an interesting statistic, State of Video Marketing said that companies that used a video in their sales pages experienced at least an 81% increase in sales. Now that's enough to tell you you need to have some videos. Now there are other statistics out there. One of them says that 84% of customers have made a purchase after watching a video on a particular product. So you're watching this video right now. Videos are super important because you can actually directly communicate with the end user. Now a good way to use video without slowing down your page is to have the video actually pop up when they get to a certain spot and actually start playing at that point. Number 12, make your copy scannable. I see this error so much, and I see the same error in emails, but a lot of people are just not going to read everything that's on the page. So if you put some bullet points on there and you highlight certain words, people are going to scan through and get your message if you do that. You also need to break it up into readable chunks. Don't put all your copy together. Put maybe 2, maybe 3 sentences max in any paragraph. Make sure the font's big enough. That's another big thing that really gets me on emails, because I'll get emails and the font's really small and it looks like too much to read for me. But if you have bigger font, people don't even know how much they have to read because the font's bigger and they just scroll, and they're going to be more apt to read more of your copy if you have a larger font than if you have little tiny fonts. But remember, bold stuff and have bullet points. Now here's a few things I would recommend that you have on every single sales page. You want to have a combination of short and long lines. Okay, so you could have some that are a little bit longer, maybe 3 or 4 sentences, but you should have some that are just 1, okay, or just 1 or 2 words. I've even done that on a particular line. You want to have a lot of paragraphs. Okay, you don't want to have just 2 paragraphs. That doesn't tell people much. They're going to want more information. At least some people will. You don't offend somebody if they don't want extra information, but the people who do want it, if you don't have it there, you're definitely going to lose them. Another thing you can do is list with bullet points. People love lists. You know, you're watching a list right now. This is a list of things you need to do, and they like it organized that way. It makes it a whole lot more readable. The next thing you can have is under all your headings, have a subheading that describes that heading a little bit more. And the last thing, which I really like doing, is putting quotes. If you have some quotes from your business, quotes from other people that are related to this particular subject, put them in there. People love quotes. You can also highlight these things by putting design elements in there. Now check out this particular one here, and you can see how this really pops. It's got the play button there. It's got discover your business skills, discover your community skills, but putting a little bit of design in this makes this stand out a whole lot more than if they had just put a video on the page. Next thing I'll tell you is make your sales pages in a font that is readable. So often I'll see people use a real fancy scroll font or some type of Gothic font or something like that, and it's hard to read. It's difficult. So I know you probably have a certain brand you want to come across with, and you could use that for your logos. You can use that for that type of thing, but when you're writing ad copy, it should be in some really easy font to read. You know, it's funny, we tend to keep adding to our sales pages thinking that if we put more on that sales page, it's going to be better and it's going to sell more, when in fact the opposite is true. Some of the best sales pages, some of the best opt-in pages have very little on it. They don't have the sidebars, they don't have a lot of navigation, they don't have anything that's going to really distract the person from your message. Now here's a good example from Digital Marketer. If you look at this page here, this particular one, the header menu options have all been removed except for the logo, which links to the home page, of course, and there's nowhere else for the reader to go except to continue reading and sign up for a 14-day trial. That's all there is. They don't have any other choices here. Now a good thing to do is to start off with a good template that's been proven. I recommend Kartra. Kartra is awesome. Some of you may not have heard about it. We switched over to it a couple years ago. It's amazing what it will do for your business. You've got to get Kartra, and you can actually watch a video on Kartra and what it does, and it's an email provider, it's a membership site, it's a sales page builder, it's so many things. Okay, it's a sequence builder. it's upsells, it's downsells, it's all built into one software. It's like we got rid of like 8 pieces of software when we got Kartra. It's amazing. So if you want to check out Kartra, I would highly recommend you using my link down below. It is my affiliate link, but if you click the link, you can actually watch a free video. You don't have to opt in to watch it. You don't need a credit card. You don't need any of that. All you have to do is click the link, go there, watch the video. Now if you are interested in Kartra, by using my link, you can actually get a $1 trial to try it out. So that's pretty cool. So it'll give you a week to go through it, learn everything about it. It's just the most ultimate online marketing tool that I know of, so I highly suggest it. Number 14, design a dynamic layout. And what do I mean by that? You don't want it all square and boxy. You want images in different places. You want to alternate where you're putting images. You want some different size fonts in there. You don't want it all the same. If it looks like a page in a book, people are not going to be reading your particular page. You may want to have videos and images in there so they have different things, different ways to get the information. So you want to change up the image throughout the page to make it more interesting. Number 15, use responsive design. Now what do I mean by responsive? Responsive means that your customer may not be looking at your particular sales page on a personal computer. They may be on a tablet. They may be on a cell phone. Matter of fact, 60% of the holiday shopping, they say, was done on cell phones. So if your particular sales page does not convert well to a cell phone, you need to change that. How do you do that? You use Kartra. Kartra is in the link. It's the software I just told you about. And what you can do in Kartra is once you've built your page, you can actually click a button and you can view it on mobile. You can view it on tablet so that you can see what they're going to see. If it isn't responsive on their phone, if everything's all bumped around and it doesn't look right, you're going to lose this customer automatically because they're going to think there's something wrong with this site. I don't want to do business with them. Number 16, make a clear message that makes them want to act. This is so super important. People forget this, but we want a really clear message. We don't want to confuse the situation. We want them to act and do what we want them to do, whether it be to buy or to opt in or whatever it is. We want them to move forward. Now check out this little bar image I'm putting up on the screen right now. It says start creating responsive photo galleries. It tells you exactly what you're going to do, and it says customize and publish in minutes. Then it says what are you waiting for? Get Envira Gallery now. So it's really simple. It tells them exactly what they're going to get, tells them how to get it, and it's not confused with any other message. Number 17, this is so big. This is so big, guys. Use multiple calls of action. And what I mean by that is if you've got a button where somebody can opt in, the first thing you want to do is you want to have your first button above the fold. What is above the fold? Above the fold is everything on that screen before they have to scroll. Now I built a page the other day and I was looking at it. It looked great. My wife looked at it and she says, did you know that your call to action is below the fold? I said, no, it's above the fold. She says, well, I'm looking on my phone and it's not. There's the key. Once again, we're going back to responsive. If that button shows up above the fold on your laptop, that's great, that's wonderful. But if it doesn't show up above the fold on the phone, then you're going to lose some people. Now why do I want it above the fold? Because 85% of the people that are going to come to your sales page are not going to scroll. They're just not going to scroll. Since they're not going to scroll, they're never going to see your call to action, and you're going to lose people. And like I said, we want to have multiple calls of action because we don't know at what point they're going to want to decide to buy your product. And I like to have a button that is about every scroll or every other scroll, because no matter where they're at in there, they have that button that they can go ahead and move forward. They can go ahead and buy your product. They can go ahead and opt in, whatever it is you want them to do, but you want them to have several options to do it. Don't just have one button at the bottom of the screen. I've seen people do this, and 85% of the people never scroll, so they never even see the button. They don't even know to opt in. So keep this in mind when you're designing your pages. And when you're thinking about what your buttons are, don't put things like sign up. We don't want that. We want the benefits of whatever it is. So if you're talking about saving money on insurance, that button may say save money on my insurance now, or save money on insurance now. So you want to have whatever that benefit is. If you're trying to get people to sign up for a webinar and there's limited spots, you may put on that button, claim my spot, right? So click the button. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to claim my spot. So make sure that those words that are on those buttons actually talk to the benefit of whatever you're trying to get somebody. If it's, you know, grab my free report, the button should be grab my free report. Think of those terms when you're designing your buttons. Number 18, make it urgent. Okay, if it's not urgent, people will put stuff off. They're bombarded by tons of messages every day, and if they see no urgency in taking advantage of your offer, whether it's a time urgency, whether it's an inventory urgency, whatever it is, whatever type of urgency, or maybe you've only got 9 spots left for people to see this webinar, if you don't put that in your ad copy, then they're more likely to put it off and they're less likely to click and move forward. Now here's a great example here. You see all these products here and you see how many of the items there are, but if you notice on this last one here, this one's about to expire. There's almost nothing left at this particular price, so you would be more apt to actually buy that product. Number 19, use an exit intent pop. Now this is also something you can get in Kartra, and basically what this is if somebody goes up to exit your page, it reads that they're doing this, and it's going to throw a pop-up there, and it's going to say, hey, don't leave, grab my free report. Hey, don't leave, you can get 10% off if you order right now. Hey, don't leave, there's only 12 of these left, we may not have it when you return. So make sure you have that exit pop on there. That's a really good thing to keep people in the loop right when they're trying to make that decision if they're going to leave or not. That pop-up comes open and they see the extra benefit. You could actually add a bonus item to your pop-up. You can say order now and we'll throw in a $29 report, a $7 10 steps to, you know, achieving whatever you want to achieve. But the point is, if you have that pop-up on there when they go to exit that particular sales page, then of course you have another shot at that customer. Now the only thing I would add to that is you want to be careful, because some companies where you run ads, they don't allow pop-ups. I know Facebook's one of them. So when you're trying to put a pop-up on there, if they see that's on your page, you could get your account shut down. You could have a problem there, so you don't want that to happen. So that gives you now, between the 2 videos, in this 2 video series, you've got 19 things you can do. 19 things. If you did half of those things, you're going to increase your sales. But my goodness, why wouldn't you do all 19 of them? Now I want to know what your opinion is of some of these things I've suggested. Put your comments below. Let me know what you think of these things. Let me know if you've done some of these things, if you have and it's worked out for you, or if you have questions about how to improve your pages. Put your comments below. Don't forget, I've got a $97 e-commerce course that you can get absolutely free. You got to grab that. It's the link right below in the description. When you click on that link, you don't need a credit card, you don't need any money, you just click and learn. That's awesome. Really good stuff. Hey, I really appreciate you watching this video. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, do that right now, and turn on the bell. You got to hit the bell, turn on all notifications. When you hit the bell, it'll pop up and you want to select turn on all notifications. You'll be part of the Fisher family. You'll be part of the VIP group that actually gets notified when I do a new video, so you don't miss out on a single one. Thanks so much for listening, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey, thanks for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click that little bell right there so you can be notified every time I do a new video. Also, click on one of those videos there. Keep watching on my channel.